President Trump's growing support among Hispanic voters might be why you're seeing op-eds like this. Latinos can be racist too. My community shows how. Where the author complains she regularly sees Cubans for Trump signs. Joining me now is Steve Cortez, Trump campaign senior strategy advisor, and Francisco Hernandez, immigration attorney. Steve, the article's thesis seems to be somewhat reminiscent of that "you ain't black" quip from Biden, but for Latinos. Your take.
Sure, yeah, exactly. You know, Laura, it's interesting. Leftists claim to be tolerant and they claim to be champions of minorities, but the reality is they don't think very much of us, including this author, Ms. Alvarez, who wrote in the Washington Post. She presupposes that just because of somebody's skin pigmentation or their ethnicity that they have to think a certain way. And that, by the way, is the very definition of prejudice. I'll give you another similar example. Today, during the John Lewis funeral, which I know you've been talking about during the show, there was a lot of talk that somehow requiring voter IDs is a form of minority voter suppression. Now, talk about the bigotry of low expectation. The idea, and Joe Biden, by the way, has echoed this ridiculous canard, but the idea that Hispanic Americans and Black Americans are not competent enough to furnish an ID, that is the height of condescension. The left thinks very little of minorities. They think that they are entitled to the votes of Hispanic Americans. They're not. And President Trump, quite rightly, has worked very hard to earn the support of Hispanics, and polls are showing the results.
Let's get Francisco in on this. Francisco, you agree essentially with that op-ed. So does that mean that you can't be an authentic Latino and support Trump?
Look, guys, racism is not exclusive to a race. We're all racist. We're all prejudiced. We're all biased. Okay? The Democratic Party has been taking the Hispanic vote for granted, and the Republicans have written it off because they think they can't get it. It's up for grabs. I mean, we're not potted plants. The thing about this is, you know, if we look at racism, the article focused on Cubans. Cubans are a different deal. They don't want to be known as Hispanic or Latino. I love Cuba. I go to Cuba all the time. But, you know, Hispanics, Mexicans are racist against second, third generation Mexicans. They're racist against indigenous Mexicans. Blacks don't like browns. Browns don't like Mexicans. All you have to do is look at Dallas City Council politics, black versus brown.
Yeah.
We've got to get past it. We've got to overcome it.
Okay.
And you know what? If Donald Trump wants to vote, he's got to earn it.
All right, gentlemen, this is an incredibly important topic, and I apologize this is so short. We're going to have you both back. This is an extended conversation, and we both will be back. Up next, Last Bite. Stay there.